Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tomb Raider Legend. I'm Gear to you. In the previous video we reunited with Amanda and we found a big gun. But we can't do anything with it now. How sad. So what we need to do next is that we need to figure out how to power that thingy up. So let's go down this bridge, because that makes sense. Now over here, this is a new enemy. This guy has a shield.
I thought you said it wasn't running.
That's just ambient discharge. The tower was on. You'd know it.
And if I were the energy source, where would I be?
Up top.
The shield enemies, you have to jump on them and do the slow motion thing to defeat them. You can also kick them to throw them off for a moment, but I recommend doing the slow motion jump thing because, let's be honest, slow motion jump shooting is awesome. Now this next area right here can be pretty difficult because of the electricity on the bar thing. Your timing has to be perfect. And I was so glad my capture card was not lagging when I was recording this because this would have been way more difficult than it should have, if it was lagging.
Another scientist. No warmth for him up here either. They funneled Tesla energy into the artifact, and there was an enormous discharge of some sort. The KGB shut down the operation, removed the core, sealed off the lab in sections, and left behind those scientists who weren't forcibly removed.
This silver right here, I was always confused as to how to get it, but now that I'm smarter, I know how to do it.
The tower will be powered up from here.
And also, I asked Mini Beanie how to get it.
It's not here. I guess that's what those tracks on the floor are for.
What are those hanging cords and sockets?
Decoupled high current cables. You're lucky they're off, or you'd be standing in the middle of a painful light parade.
I guess that's why the electrical parade was discontinued at Disneyland. Get it? You don't? Was it discontinued? I heard it was, but I don't know.
Locked.
Right here, there's a bunch of explosions you can use to defeat these guys. As usual, I prefer to just shoot them. Explosions can be fun at times, but shooting them is more convenient.
Doesn't look like it has a charge, but you might be able to juice it from the control room above you.
Alright, we have to move this block thing so we can get on top of the ladder. I do not recommend touching it later on, and you'll see why in a moment.
Hello, Laura.
What the? How the hell did you get on this channel?
Hush, Sip. She must have taken a headset while she was rearranging your office.
You're so smart, Laura. Do you know why the Soviets called their project Carbonek?
It's the castle where Lancelot sought the Holy Grail. Not the first connection to Arthurian myth I've come across.
Myth, she calls it. A limited word for a limited perspective. You were always such the scientist. You're probably right at home with all these Tesla contraptions, aren't you?
As much as anyone, I suppose.
The Russians activated a power in the artifact that literal minds can't handle, and it destroyed them. So don't push the wrong buttons.
You'd better not either.
But I know which ones are the right ones.
You've learned to read Russian since I last saw you, Amanda.
She hung up. What the hell was that about?
She's having difficulty obtaining the sword fragment, and she doesn't want to blow everything up in the process.
Maybe you should have told her what she wanted to know.
Another unlucky scientist. He writes that at least a dozen of his colleagues were killed in the experiment. The artifact converted the Tesla voltage into something else, a wave of concussive force of some kind.
That's familiar enough. So why were they shut down?
They refused to repeat the experiment, and when the KGB tried to persuade them otherwise, it got nasty. Is that supposed to stop at some point?
It's not charged all the way. I don't know what's wrong.
How am I supposed to move it if I can't touch it?
The cable on your grapple is insulated.
Right.
As I said a moment ago, you do not want to touch this thing now, and here's why. You get electrocuted, and that's not always fun, except when it is. So what you want to do is that you want to use the grappling hook to move the thing. It's actually a very interesting puzzle, and I really like it. You have to continuously use the grappling hook to move it around. Eventually, when you get it out of the room, it'll start moving on its own. Stupid block thing and its ability to not move on its own. Yeah, Zip obviously really likes this kind of blah, 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 I'm in green poison stuff.
What's happened here?
But with this right here, you have to use the grappling hook to move the things that are dangling on the ceiling away. If there's two of them, it gets a little bit more complicated because you have to have both of them, and when they're connected together, electricity will go around, and you do not want to go anywhere near that. So just go as quickly as you can. Right here, it is possible to have Laura die right here. If you're fast enough, you can get back in there, but I was unable to, which makes me depressed, because it's a really funny cutscene. Open up, please! Fine. Yeah, that door doesn't look nice. Rude!
It's a shield. 10th or 11th century. Probably recovered with the piece we're looking for. It resembles Lancelot's crest, doesn't it?
It would if the pattern existed.
Oh, what's this now? It looks like a map. Have a good look and see what you can make of it.
What do you think it's for?
Maybe our knight needed help finding his way home. Or perhaps this piece wasn't all he had.
You think he stashed more of the sword somewhere?
Possibly, but the map is useless without a reference point.
I'll work on it. Going offline.
Splendid. Frozen to death, like the others. A number of minor relics were recovered along with the artifact. Poor fellow couldn't find anyone to help him steal.
I empathize. When did I get interest?
They were too contemporary for serious study. It seems they date from as recently as the first millennium.
I'm sorry, but am I missing something? How old exactly is this artifact we're looking for?
Older than you'd think.
Zip's comments about this gun are really hilarious. What was I gonna say? The bridge thing right there, there's actually a couple crates that you can move around, and I actually posted a video of a shortcut that you can do. The shortcut is that you have to move the crate over to the ledge. Actually, I could post a link to the video in the description below. What we want to do is we want to take care of these guys. You don't actually have to do that now. You can do that when we get over there. Actually, come to think of it, you don't have to take care of them at all. You can just speed through this area. But I like fighting these guys because they are jerks and they stole my muffin. They're so rude. That muffin was like a brother to me. If brothers were cannibals, I don't know. I'm weird. Yeah, Xbox things, if you have good aim, you can use them to crush the enemies. I prefer using these things because they're explosive. It's awesome! Explosions! And I really wish this thing would exist in real life because it'd be so cool. His scream was funny. Alright, we need to move that thing out of the way so we can get the gold. Okie dokie, to pull the thing around on the Xbox version, you push the L button. On the Xbox 360 version, you push the left trigger. On the GameCube, you push the left button. On the PlayStation version, you push the L1 button. To push them around, you have to push the R button on the Xbox, the right trigger on the 360, the R button on the GameCube, and the R1 button on the PlayStation 2 and 3 versions. Getting the gold is very tricky. It's objectively the hardest gold reward in the game, but I did it on my first try because I'm awesome. Cause I'm happy, I don't know the lyrics. So yeah, like I said, this gold reward can get a little bit tricky. So, but after you move the bridge thingy, you have to jump across here. It is very easy to die here. So try not to die, because death is not pleasant. And I remember when I was recording test footage for this Let's Play, because when I was preparing this Let's Play, I owned both the Xbox and the GameCube version of this game, and I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to do the Xbox version or the GameCube version. When I was testing both versions, I was experimenting with this area, getting the gold, and one of the biggest reasons why I decided to play through the Xbox version was because the GameCube version, the graphics are a little darker, so the graphics were a little darkened, which makes it a little bit harder to see certain areas, and the games appear a little bit darker on my computer screen when I record these games, so it would have been very tricky, which is one of the major reasons why I decided to go with the Xbox version. And also because I would like to have at least one Let's Play of it. I'd like to do at least one Let's Play of a game for each of the game consoles that I own.
Amanda, I'm sorry for what happened, but we can still work together.
There is no we, Lara. There never was. It was just me down there. Me and this. Do you remember it? I touched it, and it touched me back.
I don't think that was a good thing.
I tamed it then, and made it my own. A little friendlier than it was when Paraíso, isn't it? I taught it how to fetch.
You're mad! It killed our friends, Amanda, and it almost killed us!
And it saved my life once I mastered it. It's all about a broader perception. I'd stay away from it if I were you, though. And you'd still be able to touch you.
Okay, it is boss time! This is the only boss fight in the game where we can't actually damage it. We can actually stun it for a little while, but we can't actually kill it, at least for now. We get a pretty up close look at this monster. It's called the Unknown Entity, and it's actually really cool. I'm gonna have a picture of it in the credits. Be warned, however, it's a little creepy at first. What we want to do is we have to go around the room, pulling these switches so that we can turn on another machine, because it's another big gun thing. And it's awesome.
Zip, what do I need to do to get it out of there?
Alright, this is that, I honestly have to say, the combination of, the mechanical noises in this room and the monster's roars, it's just epic. I can't think of another word to describe it. This boss fight is really cool. You won't be able to get the full experience of how awesome it is from this video because I'm talking over it because I'm a jerk. But honestly, this is one of the most epic boss fights objectively in the entire Tomb Raider series. But there's one more boss fight that we're going to be encountering. Well, actually, there's two more boss fights that we're going to be encountering that are both pretty epic on their own. But this is one of the more epic ones in the entire game. And this guy's very rude and red and flying. And on that note, thank you guys for watching this video of Tomb Raider Legend. I'm gonna end off this video with the cutscene, but until next time, later gator to you. Oh yeah.
I'd like to think some skill was involved. Did Alistair have any luck with maps?
You're not going to believe where this leads.
Oh, you're going to find me extremely credulous today.
Cornwall.
As in, take the M5 to the A30 Cornwall.
As the crow drives.
Well then, let's see who can get there first.